Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the world-ranked American heavyweight contender is, of course, Mr. Michael Hunter. Mike, welcome back on the show.
That's right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, Mike, the last time we had you on was in June of 2022. It's been a long, long time. At that time, you were getting ready to fight Hughie Fury, the fight that ended up not happening no matter how many times it got rescheduled. Let's pick it up, though, from where we left off. You didn't fight at all in 2022 in the end. You become grossly inactive to the point where you lost your #1 world ranking with the WBA. Talk me through what happened for those that don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, just like what you just said, I fought Hughie Fury. I was supposed to fight Hughie Fury with Ben Shalom with Boxer, and he just got sick a few times, and I understand why he would, and now he's back, and we could run it if he wants to, but I'm pretty sure he'll probably get sick again. So, I mean, they took me off the ranking from the WBA just because of inactivity. But really, I feel like they should have put me back on there. And I've had this argument with them for quite some time now. But they shouldn't have took me off. They should have ordered another fight for me to have in the next person. If he didn't want to fight, then they could have had somebody else. But they didn't do that, and I was removed, and I was, and that time, I got moved off of the rankings just for being inactive because they couldn't get me a fight as well with Boxer. That was supposed to be a multi-fight deal, but because the fight never happened, there was no contract, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a shame. I'm glad that you've explained that because, like I say, a lot of people don't understand. They think, what's going on with Michael? Like, they don't understand that you had this fight lined up with Hughie Fury. He pulls out the fight. You lose a few months there. The next thing you know, it's rescheduled, and then he pulls out again. You lose even more months, and then with that comes the ranking. With that comes no money coming in from boxing for like a year, and all of a sudden you're in a bit of a desperate situation. It's crazy how things can change, in such a short space of time. Aside from boxing, Mike, what else has kind of been keeping you busy?
I've just been training. I have been working on getting a fight. But I just, I've been, I did actually fight a couple of times, but, I was trying all different, I talked to Marv Nation. I was talking to I was supposed to fight at the Saudi Arabia. I was supposed to fight in a couple other fights, but the main thing is these guys do not want to get in the ring with me. And we'll see, now that I've been put, they didn't really honor the whole thing and put me back in the #1 spot, but they did put me back in the top 10. And, so, I'll be climbing up the ranks here soon.
And you did end up returning to the ring, obviously, you mentioned it, in September of 2023, ending a 21-month layoff. You boxed in Mexico, you stopped Miguel Cubas in 2 rounds, then again you were back in action 2 weeks ago, again back in Mexico, back in Jalisco, and this time you stopped Ignacio Esparza. Talk me through that fight there. I think, am I right in saying that you gave away 100 pounds in weight?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The guy was big, but he was experienced. I wasn't able to actually hit him with any real clean shots. I have to tip my hat to him. I think I was a little anxious on trying to get him out of there, and he knew that. And he was a vet in itself, so he didn't really let me hit him with those knockout shots. I did hurt him a few times, but a lot of it was to the body. And, he just didn't come out. He forfeited coming into the next round. My trainer had just told me he's done. So step on the gas, and he quit. So my trainer was right about what was going on, and yeah, that was it from there.
And like you said, the good news is that you're now back in the WBA world rankings after all that time out. Does this mean that we'll hopefully see you, as you say, right back right back in the mix at the top?
Yeah, absolutely. You're gonna definitely see me really active this year. This is the year of the dragon. That's the year I was born. I'm a dragon, so it's the year of the bounty and it's hunting season. So look out for me in May, and yeah, that's it.
Has it been frustrating, Mike, sitting on the sidelines while the whole heavyweight division has been, pretty wild in recent times? I mean, we've seen everything go on. Andy Ruiz floating into irrelevance. Anthony Joshua finding old form under a new trainer. Tyson Fury almost losing to a debutant. Daniel Dubois with that controversial body shot on Usyk. Joe Joyce getting knocked off his perch by Zhang twice. Wilder losing to Parker in that huge upset. Dillian White testing positive again. Ajit Caballel becoming a legit threat. Charles Martin posing more than a threat in what was supposed to be a walk in the park for Jared Anderson. What are you making of this mad division right now?
Man, I like it because it's a lot of moving parts and a lot of some of the filth has, some of the crappier boxers have been exposed for what they are, and some of the guys like Anthony Joshua have risen. He's gotten better over the last years, but I think it's always just been about his mentality. But from having that harsh knockout of Andy Ruiz, I think that just kind of gave him a little gun shy. But he's been working back at it, and that's what champions do. So, like you said, there's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm gonna be in the mix. Put my stamp on it here real soon. So, like I said, look out for me in May, and I'm trying to look to stay busy for a couple more fights this year.
And you said there, you spoke about Joshua. He seems like he's got his old form back. I know that you did a bit of sparring with him as well, so that's interesting. You also said that there's a few people that's been exposed. Who were you talking about?
Well, Deontay Wilder was exposed. I think Jared Anderson got exposed. Tyson Fury got exposed. There was a lot of exposure there.
Arslanbek Makhmudov, the big Russian as well, exposed by Caballel.
Yeah, Aslam. Yeah.
Joe Joyce.
He got exposed. That was a good one. Oh, Joe Joyce. Oh man, that was another one. That was a bad one. That was really bad. But they have they're in the business, and they're having other opportunities to stay afloat and all that. That's good. But eventually they're all gonna have to deal with me at some point. And that's how I see it,
And you've referred a couple of times to the month of May, Mike. We'll get to that, but obviously you do have a fight scheduled for just 10 days' time in Uzbekistan. You'll be boxing Artem Suslenkov, a guy who's 10-0, 7 of them inside the distance. What do we know about this guy, Mike?
We don't know much. We just know that I looked at him. He holds his hands up high. He's 10-0. I think he had he's fought amateur as a Russian. He's not really any international fights. And I guess I did my homework. Said I didn't know much, but yeah, I see that he's a little stiff. He doesn't really break at the waist. And we're looking to expose all of that. So definitely it's going to be a nice little beautiful show, and I'm looking forward to it. And then I will be hopefully I could continue with that and going to probably compete with the guy who's the co-main event named Javelov. I forgot. I don't know his whole name.
Javelov.
Yeah, so hopefully I'll fight. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, I have a lot of stuff going on, so I'm not sure if that is going to happen. But yes, I'm supposed to fight Javelov. I was supposed to fight him actually here in this on this show, but there again, nobody wants to get exposed. So, so now they found me another opponent or whatnot, and hopefully. They said that we were going to fight sometime later on this year, if it all works out.
Right. Okay. So you've mentioned May. What can you tell us about May?
Well, I can tell you that you guys are going to be in for a good surprise. I can tell you I'm going to be fighting in May for sure, and it's going to be in Florida. That's another reason why I'm excited. It's in the States. I haven't fought here in the States in a while. I've been fighting in Mexico and, overseas. All these little fights are going to be overseas. So I'm really excited. I have some family in Florida. So, yeah, it'll be in Florida.
And Mike, obviously, you got this fight in 10 days' time against an undefeated fighter. That's, mid-April. You're talking about a fight in May. Even if it was at the end of May, that would be just 6 weeks between the two fights. Obviously, you've got an undefeated fighter to take care of all the way in Uzbekistan before this fight. A maximum 6 weeks later, which you say is a big fight. Is that not a bit risky business close together like that with all the traveling? Not when you're a professional.
6 weeks is plenty enough time. I'm in top shape right now, so as long as you got to know how to travel and know what to do and stuff like that. I've had a lot of experience traveling all over the world, all over the planet. So, if you don't know what you're doing, for sure, it could be risky. But 6 weeks is plenty enough time for adjustments and all that.
Okay, and I want to get your prediction for the big fight, the big undisputed fight going down next month. Fury Usyk. Obviously, you've been in the ring with both men. It's a fight that a lot of people have mixed opinions on. Obviously, I value your opinion massively. Some people are changing their opinion week by week. But how do you see it at this point?
To me, the fight is not even happening. I know it's getting a little closer, but for some reason, I said it before, and I thought that something was going to happen. I knew he was going to prolong it, but I think this is the last time he could prolong it. So maybe they will get in the ring, but I just think that something funny could happen or will happen in this fight. But I know that they're both training very hard.
So who do you think will win?
I think if it comes down to it, I think Usyk's going to get the edge. I said that before because Tyson Fury has had problems with smaller guys who, just smaller guys, period. Not even to use your feet, because he had a problem with Otto Wallin, and he doesn't have the best feet, but he's decent, he's basic, and he had a problem with Steve Cunningham. He's had a problem with so I think he's going to have a problem with Tyson. I think he's going to have a problem with Usyk for sure.
All right, Mike. Well, there we go. That was pretty much my last real question. Just before we wrap things up, if you want to send a little message to the listeners, you want to close out with a little message, like I say, it's always great to have you on. It's been too long. It was back in 2022 the last time you were on, but you are part of the intro. Every week we hear you on the intro, which is great.
Oh, okay. No, that's beautiful. Well, thanks. Next time hopefully I'll get an interview a little faster, but no. Like I said, I'm looking to stay active. Hopefully all my fans, I want you guys to tune in. It's hunting season and the year of the bounty hunter, so look out for me.
There we go. Listen, Mike, as always, the pleasure's mine. Thanks for your time, and we'll speak again real soon.
Likewise. Love.